You're watching the program Moscow Mosaic. I'm the host, Mike Gibson. Summer in the capital of Russia is a time of festivals. There are many of them. They're all very different and all so very interesting. Today, our program is about the new city festival, Territory of the Future, Moscow 2030. All the most important and exciting things are found in this program. On today's program, take a look at the future and learn all about the main innovations of Russia's capital.
We want to showcase that Moscow is now already a city of the future, along with what we are doing, what Moscow is doing to ensure that the city develops and what it will be like in 2030.
Become a train driver or go on a virtual journey from Moscow to St. Petersburg at the Manege Station Moscow Transport 2030 exhibition. It's such a clever tram. The festival in Gostiny Dvor reveals the secrets to a long and happy life.
There's a large stream of people. It's very interesting to speak with everyone. They turn up feeling positive and energized.
The capital of Russia, Moscow, has been included on the list of the world's most high-tech and comfortable megacities for many years. Its digital infrastructure makes life more convenient and enjoyable for citizens. Thanks to new technologies, transportation and urban management systems are being developed and implemented. New types of services are emerging and public spaces for leisure and sports open almost every day. Thanks to intelligent traffic flow distribution systems, the environment in Moscow is improving. All these achievements will be showcased at the large-scale Forum Festival Territory of the Future, Moscow 2030, which will take place in the Russian capital in August and September 2024. Behind me is the famous Manege, right in the center of the capital of Russia. It is one of the main venues of this festival. Right now is the exhibition Station Manege, Moscow Transport 2030. The Moscow transport system is a vast network that connects everything together and works in harmony to allow Muscovites and visitors to comfortably navigate the vast metropolis and reach any point with ease. At the Manege Station exhibition, visitors can learn about the history, current state and future plans for Moscow's transportation systems, as well as about the services, routes and vehicles that the capital's government gives to its citizens.
Here, we will try to create 2 or even 3 segments to remind everyone of what the city was like back then in 2010, how the transport system operated back then, and to remind the residents and visitors about what tickets were like, how the metro functioned, and how city transportation operated. And then we'll move forward to the present day, and of course we'll think together about how Moscow's transportation will look in 2030.
Before entering the exhibition hall, visitors were able to view the first exhibits. During the festival, a real electric train was installed here on Manege Square. It's called Evolka 40. Since May, such trains have been running along the Moscow central diameter. The trains are open for public viewing. You can enter the driver's cab and take photos. However, the most exciting and largest event awaits inside the Manege. The exhibition, dedicated to the development of the transportation system in the capital, features 20 interactive exhibits.
Our journey will begin with the past. We'll look at how Moscow has changed over the last 14 years. And of course, after looking around, you can see that this is a typical courtyard here. I'm guessing you recognize it, right? Previously, cars were parked in front of entrances, chaotically on sidewalks and lawns. It was rather inconvenient. At this point, let's pay attention to the screens. We'll show you new areas that have appeared, new courtyards with wider through roads. There are special places for cars, underground parking, or ground-level parking, easily accessible playgrounds, areas for sports, and recreation in general.
In the first part of the exhibition, visitors will be able to walk the path of a public transportation passenger from their home to the city centre and to experience how difficult it was to get to the capital's attractions in the past.
Mike, we're at the new subway station now. Let's pass through the modern entrance gates. Now, what has changed here? There are several new staff who are trained and polite, and there are various payment methods now available. You already know about bank cards, social cards, and the Troika. Now let's see how it used to be. Now, in the past, there were long queues here near these terminals, and this was also my childhood experience. My mother and I would come here, we'd buy 1 or 2 tickets with cash, and then we'd stand in line for 20 minutes. It really took a long time. In fact, this could add up to a whole day over a month. But now, it's a completely different story.
The second part of the exhibition focuses on transport innovations and promising developments. Here you can move into the future and ride on a new high-speed train. The High-Speed Expressway is a new project planned to be completed in 2028 and will connect Moscow and St. Petersburg. It will allow travellers to cover a distance of 679 kilometers in just 2 hours and 15 minutes.
This is an express railway due to launch in 2028, awaited by citizens countrywide, as it will include routes to several Russian cities, which will all be possible to reach in a short time. Citizens are most eager to use the express railway to St. Petersburg.
At the exhibition, Manege Station, Moscow Transport 2030, you can also try operating various types of urban transportation using special simulators.
For example, when we arrived at the bus stop, we saw stationary objects, people. The tram understood that it needed to stop there. It also knows on its own when to start moving, when to switch direction, or to turn right or left.
It's such a clever tram.
So, Mike, what we have here are models of a bus and an electric bus. Now, let me tell you right off the bat what the differences are here. Firstly, an electric bus is an electric vehicle that's completely environmentally friendly. A bus has an engine in the back, and this eats up space. An electric bus has a battery that's on top, so we get an extra 2 seats fitted in the back. And also on top, we can see that we have a pantograph. This is a device that allows the bus to charge, just like a mobile phone. We arrive at the station, charge up, and then, of course, we can smoothly continue traveling without any pollution to the environment.
The exhibition features interactive models of the new river transport operating all year round. You can also see how robots are involved in the production of the Moskvich car. And next to the exhibition on Manege Square, there is the exhibition Digital Technologies of Moscow, dedicated to the 30th anniversary of RUNET. This art installation tells the story of the evolution and new opportunities of digital services in Russia's capital. At the festival, each territory of the future has its own theme. For example, in Gostiny Dvor, the focus is on health. Here, the organisers show advanced technologies and the latest trends in medicine, education and social life of the city.
The Moscow 2030 Forum is undoubtedly the key event of the summer. This is because the forum presents modern and future technologies that have already arrived in Moscow, as these technologies have been implemented in Moscow's polyclinics, hospitals, ambulances, and emergency medical aid stations. Anyone can come and see how many polyclinics have reopened after major repairs, what is computer vision, and how AI technologies are used to diagnose oncological diseases or used by general practitioners.
The area of Gostiny Dvor is divided into thematic zones. In the healthcare zone, you can learn all about the achievements of modern Moscow medicine.
Here we have an exhibition of our operating theatre, a simulator of what an operating theatre for treatment of various pathologies, vascular pathologies, looks like in practically all Moscow hospitals. And also, this is an angiographic complex, where, of course, we save patients' lives. And here we have simulators. These are devices to help doctors, nurses, and medics of different specialties to own their skills. They use these simulators to improve their skills so that they don't make mistakes, let's say, in the hospital, because the cost of a mistake in medicine is extremely high.
And here you can get information all about the famous program provided by the government of the capital, Moscow Longevity. Moscow Longevity is the capital's largest health improvement, education and leisure project for older Muscovites. Its aim is to improve quality of life, socialization and, above all, to break down stereotypes about old age. The exhibition provides comprehensive information about the project.
There's a large stream of people. It's very interesting to chat with everyone. Everyone turns up feeling positive and energized. People also like our photo zone, where you can use a neural network to change your photo and see what you'll look like at 100 years old.
The sections Avenue of Knowledge and Professional Quarter tell all about the most sought-after professions.
We have 10 industries here. That equates to 170 professions. Now this year, we have IT and catering. Now the usual case is that boys, of course, will choose things like security, construction, industry, and similar professions. But actually, every profession is really in demand this year.
Luzhniki occupies one of the central places in the program Territories of the Future. It is here that the multi-day festival about the urban economy is taking place. You can find out who keeps track of what and how it's all done so that Moscow remains the best city on earth. The festival has brought together all the city's service professionals in one huge place. Every day they will show and tell visitors how the city is organized and operates. For example, the Mosvadostok team has prepared a city pond installation. Here, you can see what Moscow's waters look like after being cleaned using the latest technologies.
This is the bottom exactly as it would be in a real body of water. It's covered with small pebbles, small debris. The bottom continues into the bioplate zone, which is separated by a gabion construction that holds back the soil so that it doesn't roll down and remains in this zone specifically. In this bioplate area, we've planted aquatic plants. The aquatic plants act as a natural filter for the water, purifying it and preventing the spread of algae.
The Mosvada Canal team helps quench our thirst during the hot summer days of the festival. Mosvada Canal is Russia's largest water and sewage treatment company.
This is a vehicle. A tank. Only inside there is clean drinking water. It's safe, tasty, and any guest of the forum can approach at any time, open the tap, and take a drink.
Ooh, can I try it?
By all means, it's delicious water that's been through a full cycle of purification and preparation. It's the very purest. We have tanks like this in our reserve for every single purpose. That is, somewhere you need to bring water to a mass event. Let's say it's hot and people need water all the time. Well, of course, we are not limited by volume here. Such systems can also be useful in emergency situations. Let's say the almost impossible happened somewhere and the water was cut off. And if there was no way to supply water to the residents in the next few hours, such a system would come immediately and people would always be able to use that water. In other words, Moscow residents will always have clean drinking water.
Various activities for children and adults are prepared at the Urban Economy Festival site. In the photo zone, you can try on the uniforms of public utilities, play the role of a rescuer, and put out a virtual fire, as well as attend lectures on various topics or take part in masterclasses.
I am going to talk about gas safety in homes. That is to say, I want to tell everyone, in simple words and with visuals, how to use a gas cooker, a gas water heater safely, what to do if you smell gas, where to call, what to do, what not to do. Just these elementary questions so that the people of Moscow are aware. Our aim is to show children in a playful way, in an accessible language, what electricity is, what it means in our lives, how to see it. We put on this glove, pick up our light bulb, and it comes to life in our hands. So we can visually see how a light bulb comes to life by applying voltage to it. We don't regret coming here for 1 second, even in the rain. It's very exciting, wonderful. A lot of time spent having fun with my daughter here. We're doing jigsaws here. There are jigsaws from Mosaic. We assemble them, we get these tokens, and then we exchange them for gifts.
And here you can feel yourself like a real builder of the future. I just love this game. Alongside the Festival of Urban Economy in Luzhniki, other thematic zones also opened at the forum, Territory of the Future, Moscow 2030. For example, the city's urban planning complex presented an unusual children's building site. With the help of an 8-meter construction crane, children were able to realize their most daring architectural ideas.
On the construction site, we give the children the opportunity to demonstrate their own constructive visions. This means that the child can go to the store, take the necessary elements, and build whatever he or she wants. Anything he or she can imagine. It could be a school, it could be a dream apartment, or even a dream house. We do not interfere because ultimately the child is the architect of his or her own work. We simply facilitate this process.
Also, as part of the Forum Festival, the Moscow Urban Planning Complex prepared the exhibition Machines Creating Cities. It presents special machinery that builds subways, roads, and the entire urban infrastructure.
This is not a model. These are real machines that build cities of the future. For example, the tunnel boring machine, which builds metro tunnels. A GTA, a machine that makes the tunnel rings in the metro, and then, of course, the rails are made on these rings. Now, once that's all in place, the trains are up and running. Also, as you can see here, there's a Terex combine harvester on display, which digs up ore and takes it out of the ground.
The multimedia exposition, City of the Future, tells of Moscow's complex development program through to 2030.
Every visitor to our exhibition can approach the touch panel here and choose a particular direction of the city's development that interests him or her. Now, let's say it's transport and roads. They will see key information about the city's development in that direction. You can also go further and find out more about a particular object. Now, let's say that's the Troitskaya metro line. The whole line will be finished in 2029 and will consist of 17 metro stations.
In the Museum Art Park can be found the theme sites of the Mayor of Moscow's program, My District. Here you can take part in masterclasses, you can play sports, and you can just simply have a good time. During the festival, Museum Park was transformed into a city within a city, where the best activities were brought together. Here you can learn about the achievements of the space industry or make a flower bloom with the power of thought.
This is a very simple encephalograph that records brain signals, and we teach people how to manage their brain. Everyone knows what a healthy lifestyle is, but this is usually about the body, whereas we are teaching people to take care of their brain. And this is a very surprising thing, because the ability to manage the resources of the brain allows us to solve a long line of both medical and non-medical problems.
Using special software and a headset, specialists teach visitors to enter different states of consciousness, such as relaxation or concentration. Brain activity is displayed on the monitor as a graph or animation. So on this screen, I can actually see how my brain is working. At the moment, I can see I'm very relaxed. The interactive area Evolution from the Origin of Species to Robotics can be explored not only on foot, but also on water. And you can travel through this exposition on a sap board and even meet with dinosaurs. Ooh. It's a robot dog. Her name is Laika. She's very smart. Laika, sit. Laika, give me your paw.
Oh, super.
Good girl, Laika. The Made in Moscow market has just opened on Bolotny Square. It sells goods that are made in the capital of Russia. And here you can also see what shops of the future will look like. From the first day of the festival, 4 art pavilions on Repinsky Square opened their doors to visitors. Each is an example of unusual urban design. For example, a shop in the shape of a huge sofa with a coffee table. Furniture and decorative elements are displayed here. And this giant vest is a clothes shop. You can visit this toy box to get some kids' items.
Basically, we have a lot of handmade goods. There are also a lot of children's products that you can touch. You can feel them, play with them, hug them, try them on, and so on. It's all very cute, very colorful, and very appealing not only to children, but also to parents. We have about 50 manufacturers here at the moment. All of them are very passionate about their products. We also know a lot about them, and we can explain, share, and help with making a choice.
In total, there are more than 20,000 types of goods on offer at the market. For foodies, there is a food court with 10 of the capital's most popular restaurants. For lovers of a healthy lifestyle, there are special sections with healthy sweets, sugar-free drinks, and herbal teas.
We have the most diverse product range on offer here. Our customers' favorites are the macaroni snacks, which are made with various spices. They are ready to eat, and you can eat them immediately. In addition to that, we also have coffee, tea, we even sell tea sets. There's honey, granola, basically everything. If there is something you want to eat, we definitely have it.
Made in Moscow is a government program to support local brands. It is being implemented as part of the national project Small and Medium-Sized Businesses and Support for Individual Entrepreneurship. The main goal of the program is to increase recognition of products made by the capital's entrepreneurs. It started work in 2022, and already more than 5,500 capital companies are participating in the project. Another of the main points on the festival map is Zaryadye Park. Artists from all over Russia, as well as from China, Turkey, and Thailand took part in the creation of this beautiful platform. Let's go take a look. At the City of Light exhibition in Zaryadye, digital artists presented 20 open-air installations created using AI and digital technologies. For example, here you can see a holographic forest with characters from Russian fairy tales. And this art object is called Russian Field. It uses real ears of wheat and a giant LED ball to imitate the sun. Finally, the real star of the multimedia show was a Matryoshka installation.
The basic complexity of it is that it rotates infinitely around its axis, and at the same time it has an LED strip on it which rotates without any wires. So of course we couldn't afford the use of any electrical wires and the like. That was the main challenge here. Now, this issue ultimately was solved in our laboratory thanks to a lot of previous experience because, well, we had faced such challenges before. There was an additional challenge for us to give it a cool, cozy house in Zaryadye. That's, of course, what we named the Matryoshka doll's house. And we made it 10 meters in length. Now, of course, our pride and joy are the recorded live instruments, live vocals from soloists and folk ensembles, and ultimately, we've interwoven sounds from balalaikas, psalteries, wind instruments, and rattlesnakes.
In the evenings, a special program awaits the guests of the festival, Territory of the Future, Moscow 2030. These are film screenings and open-air concerts, multimedia shows, and bright, unusual installations. All this can be seen until September. So hurry up and watch our program and keep up to date with the most relevant events in the best city on earth. I'm Mike Gibson. See you in the next program. Bye.